Hello, hello, hello. I don't know how many viewers we've got. I hope it's enough to go on. But you are joining me for another. Yeah, we'll wait till Gus has put the put the announcement out. Hello, 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 and welcome to another Premier League match. In this quite exciting season that we've had so far, today we have got NextGen versus Zero. It doesn't get much bigger than this. You joining me on a rainy evening in Liverpool, but of course in 8v8 Vienna, the sun is always shining. And what a matchup we've got today under the sun. Both teams are here bang on time. I can quickly run through the lineups before kickoff. We have for NextGen, goalkeeper Lux, right back Zidem, centre back Seabot, left back Alaba, centre mid Matt, right wing Arshivan, centre forward Sensible Chupo, and left wing KM. And quickly going through the Zero lineup, we have goalkeeper Fate, or Smithy as some know him. Right back, I believe that is. Do you know what? I don't know who that is. Who's that? Not DBD, because DBD is left back. Jay, there we go. Thank you. Now I can see who it is. Centre back, we've got Hiei. Centre mid, Salix. Right wing, Kinchenko. Centre forward, Panfer. And left wing, Mike. Strong lineups. They both know that they need to get wins here. NG, of course, had an upset against Revolution. Zero have been chugging along nicely, but they've conceded probably more goals than they would have liked to, considering their dominant seasons they've had recently. These lineups, though, wow, this is going to be some game. I reckon it's going to be very, very technical. There may only be a couple of goals in it, but that doesn't mean it'll be a bad game. There's going to be a lot to talk about. Don't forget, if you've got anything to bring up, anything you'd like me to bring up on stream, or anything you just want to point out to me, you can put it in the stream chat. Gus will forward that along to me, who's your streamer today. Or you can PM me if you've got me on Steam Friends. That's probably a quicker way to get through to me. And we're live. It'll be NG to kick off. Chupo. Oh, hang on. False start. False start, I believe. I'm not sure who that was who reset the start. Zero, possibly. What an a false start. By the looks of it. We will be kicking off very shortly. I'm hoping that'll just mean there's more time for people to get in, more time to people to enjoy this game. This could have big repercussions on the way the season goes. Don't forget, we're going into a little break after this game with a transfer window opening as soon as the game's finished. So this is the time that teams want to finish with a good result. They want the table to look good going into the second part of the season. We are going to go live now. It will be Chupo to kick off. Some shenanigans going on the NG side. People swapping out. I think Arshavin has done a restart round. Yeah, he's putting the NG config on. Now Chupo takes too long to take the kickoff. So KM moves to the center. We will be starting very shortly. It looks like Arshavin is having some problems with his Steam. But I think we are going to be ready to go very shortly. And we are. Matt picks it up in the center. Zedem to C-Bot to Matt to C-Bot. NG getting their passing game going. Alaba to C-Bot. C-Bot takes his time and puts it out of play because it looks like Arshavin is still having issues. No timeout taken. So if they wanted to, Zero could go, but it looks like now the timeout has been taken. Interesting, because if Arshavin is having problems, who have they got to come in? There's nobody on the subs bench for both sides today. So we could be getting a last-minute call if Arshavin is having problems. But it looks like both teams are ready to continue. Looks to C-Bot. Zedem to C-Bot. Chupo brings NG up the field. He takes it to the wing against DBD. He's done both, Mike and DBD. Chupo tried to get the crossing, but Hie was there to block. You'll be hearing me say that a lot today. Matt to KM. KM tries to get past Jay. Jay does well. Jay has got a big game ahead of him against KM, who can be dangerous if you give him the space to cross. Looks, takes his time. Plays it to C-Bot. To Zedem, to Chupo. Chupo looks like he's going to be going a lot down that right wing, but Mike does well to come back and do his defensive duties for Zero. Panther tried to play Kin, but KM was there to block. Both wingers getting back, winning the ball. That's what you want to see. C-Bot now to Zedem. Zedem to Matt. Matt v Salix, another good battle there in the middle today. Chupo plays KM. KM looking to get the cross. Jay's doing well. Jay's having a good start on KM. KM struggling to find space for the cross. He does now. The ball goes in. Good header out from Zero. Arshavin goes for the sneak shot. But that was not fooling Smithy. And he watched it go over the bar. Smithy played a quick ball out to Panther, who plays Mike. Mike has got an angle for a shot. He goes for it. Lux is not going to be fooled by them at the near post. And Zero take the corner with Mike. They went for an outswinger. Nobody was really ready for it. Oh, surprise shot. Panther takes the goal for Zero. Lux was not ready for that. He really wasn't. Let's take another look at that again, because that just seemed to happen a million miles an hour. Kin played a ball out that was behind everyone, but Panther went for the 360. Let's have another look. Yeah, Kin, I'm sure he was trying to pass the Panther, but it was behind him. But Panther, quick thinking. 360 shot. Straight in the top corner. Lux was not ready for that. NG, we know they struggled lately against Zero. That's a bad start. Mike with a quick ball in, but this time Lux is up to claim. And he plays a quick ball out to Arshavin. And all of a sudden, NG are in a good area. DBD, he's got the wrong side of DBD. As he comes in, he passes to Chupo. Chupo went for the first time shot, though. Smithy, it was right at Smithy. He was not missing that. Already got the signs of a good game ahead of us. Both sides having chances early on. Matt plays Chupo, but that's going to be too far. And Fate, aka Smithy, will pick that up. But he's only played it to Seabot, who likes to push up. Seabot now, he's going through the middle. Will he go alone? No, he's played it to KM. KM gets that angle that he's looking for on the cross, but a good header out by Zero. You'll be seeing a lot of that KM cross today. Zero need to be alert. Hiei is good in the air. Hiei takes his time. They're in the lead. They don't need to rush things. It's NG now who will need to step up a gear. DBD plays Hiei. Hiei, oh, he almost lost it. And he's played it straight to Seabot, who's played Arshavin. Arshavin can't make his way through. DBD and Hiei combination did well to take it off him. Mike does well to get round Zedham. Mike plays Panther. Panther trying to get round Seabot. And he's won the corner. Winning that initial battle against Seabot at the moment. As he takes the corner, that goes in. Mike, oh, that wasn't too far away. I think Mike went for their header. Maybe should have aimed at the near post, but it's a chance for Zero. They are getting the chances. Matt now dispossesses Salix. He's played Zedham. Zedham to Arshavin. Arshavin takes his time. Plays Chupo. Chupo's coming very deep to win this ball. Plays Zedham, who passes it out to Alaba on the left-hand side. Goes inside to Matt. To Chupo, Alaba. Good passing here from NG, but you do expect that. Chupo, in the end, has tried to force his way through, but Hiei and Jay, good combination, defensive play. Quick free kick from NG, Zedham to Chupo. Chupo back to Zedham. Zedham to Matt. Matt to Seabot. They're looking for a way through. Arshavin getting in the good spaces, and he has got a chance to shoot here. Will he go for it? Maybe the wrong idea. He had Chupo to his right. In the end, straight at Fate. I'll just call him Fate because it's easier than Smithy. DVD to Mike. Mike runs it out. Zedham to Chupo. Back to Seabot. Seabot to Chupo, who tried to play Matt, but Jay was there. Jay doing well at the start of this game. There's plenty more to come as Arshavin looks for a way to get through. He has done. He's going on his own. You don't normally see that from NG players. They're trying a lot of individual play in that attacking area. Once again, trying to go through, but that's not going to be the way through for NG today. They can't be trying to force it through because Hiei is too good for that. Chupo has won it off Salix. This is a chance for NG now if they can create the right opportunity. KM beat two men. Arshavin slides to keep it possession. Matt's there. Will he go for the shot? Again, he's tried to run through the middle. You're not beating Hiei that way. And now Hiei will bring his team up the field. Intercepted by Seabot, though. Salix takes it off Seabot. It's pretty scrappy at the moment. It's Kin on the wing. Done well to cut inside and find Panther. Plays Salix. Salix is going to be through, but a good tackle by Seabot takes it off him. Mike tried to then get past Zedham, but Zedham won it off Mike. Plays Chupo. Chupo tries to get past DBD, but then he loses it. Be interested to see the amount of times balls going to be lost today because this is a very even matchup. Matt goes wide to Zedham, then to Arshavin. Arshavin, will he go for the cross? He's worked the space out. He does do. Nobody's there. Matt plays it back to Chupo, though. Chupo to KM, but it wasn't quite right, and DBD got in for the interception. Now Panther will bring Zero up the field. It's 4v3 at the moment, but Zero still have it. That's all that matters. Mike will go for the cross, wide area. Alaba does well, though, to win it against Kinchenko in the air. KM tried to play Chupo inside, but it's cut out. Zedham does well to come across. He saw the danger and took it off Panther. Give it to Matt, who's give it to Chupo, who's then played it out to KM. KM's got a bit of space here. You don't want that to happen. KM plays it in. Good save by Smithy. He's going to get another chance to cross, which he does for DBD this time. Crucial saves then, because the equaliser comes there and it's game on again. And now Zero will go for the counter. Panther on his own at the moment. He's got Seabot and Zedham to beat, but Seabot does well, wins off him. Went for a long ball down the field to KM. Didn't get there, though, and Jay passes it back to Smithy. Smithy plays it to Panther. Panther through to Salix. I believe he might be offside here, but he doesn't get it anyway. Matt was there to tidy up. He's played Arshavin. Arshavin infield to Seabot. Seabot getting way up the field. Mike doesn't get a yellow card for that. He did stop the attack, which is all that matters, I suppose. Alaba does the safe thing and plays Lux, who then goes to Matt. Matt very deep there. Salix. Hiei was a bit loose, but Hiei did get there and plays Kinchenko on the wing. Kin trying to get past Alaba. The cross was deflected to Chupo. You don't want to see that. But NG on in a rush. That's a good ball through to Arshavin. He's through on goal. He just has to put it past Fate, and he does. NG with the equaliser. You just felt that if they got a chance, one-on-one with Smithy, they'd do it. Arshavin is a good finisher in that area. Seabot with a great ball through the middle. When you've got centre-backs that can do that, that's the difference. We know Hiei and Seabot can both do that. At the moment, Seabot is the one that's created the chance. NG have equalised. Game on. 1-1. DBD goes for a swinging ball out to Panther. Seabot was there to pick it up. Interesting to see the interceptions battle today between Seabot and Hiei. Normally, Hiei will have a lot of interceptions, but he's only got one at the moment. Seabot has already got 6. So that tells you quite a lot about the way Zero have attacked early on. NG, you just feel they're cranking up the gears a little bit, trying to get back into this. DBD. Oh, he's done Zedham. He's done Matt. Just needs to play a simple ball into the middle. Doesn't find anyone in the end, though. These are the key chances that you might regret later on in the game. And now NG come up the field to counter. Matt's there. Matt runs out of stamina at the wrong time. Hiei was there to pick it up. We're closing in on half-time. 1-1, NG 0. It's been end-to-end. It's been scrappy. Who's going to finish the half? The stronger. Zedham, very dangerous possession, but he did get it out eventually. Will there be one more chance? Chupo plays KM. They will have one last chance. They've got enough time for it. KM's cut inside. KM plays a ball in, and it's in. Matt, 2-1 NG. It's not what Zero wanted. I did say there was time for one more chance. And NG have made it count. Matt with the header. Probably the least likely person you'd have expected to be winning headers there in the middle. And as I said, you give KM the chance to cross. And he'll make a dangerous opportunity for your side. He could have argued that maybe Smithy could have done better. But at the half-time mark, it's NG 2-1. And let's be honest, NG versus Zero, NG have not been in this position for a long time. They've really struggled against Zero in recent competitions. But at the moment, they're 2-1 up. I mean, it's been even. I don't think either side has really... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think anyone's the better side so far. But NG, they've took their chances. Zero, a little bit asleep for the first goal. The second goal was just a good cross into the box by KM. And this is the difference. At this level in the Premier League, this is where your key players, these win the games for you. We've seen Panther with the early surprise shot. It gives Zero the lead. All of a sudden, Seabot's played a brilliant ball through to Arshavin for the 1-1. And then KM, of course, long-time NG player, played the great assist in for Matt. And we're in the second half already. This game is at 100 miles an hour. Salix has played out to Mike, but Mike is offside. NG with the free kick. It's with Zedham. Zedham lays it to Chupo. Chupo very much playing the water carrier role in this game. You're not going to see him get many chances himself. Although, as I say that, he's got the right side of Hiei, but Hiei, once again, is there to intercept. Mike's played it through to Panther. Can Panther do something here against Seabot? Turns one way, turns the other. Puts a ball in. The game lagged a little bit, so I didn't see who got that clearance out. But DBD brings Zero up. Arshavin getting back to win the ball. All of a sudden, the Woofs are coming out. NG know they're in the lead. They don't want Zero to have the ball in their half. It's not often you will see NG players woofing, but there you have it. It's on video evidence, so they can't say anything. As Matt brings NG up. Matt's doing very well at the moment. He plays Alaba, who goes for the ball in. Hiei with the block. Starting to get a little bit more desperate for Zero as they've just lost the ball in a dangerous area. Chupa plays Seabot. Seabot to Zedham. Zedham's got all the time in the world to run up this wing, get a ball in, but it was a bit behind everyone and it was easy to clear for Zero. Matt now. Matt really getting involved in this game. He's really showing what he can do as Matt plays Chupo back. NG can just control this game if they want, but you just get a feeling they'd love to get a respectable win against, as KM went for the surprise shot, but this time Smithy was ready for it. But yeah, you know, for NG, they'd love to put many goals past Zero because they've had trouble with them in recent years, and you just feel that's what they're going for today. As Chupo has got a bit of space, he went for the early cross. Matt's there. Matt goes back to Arshavin. Arshavin tries to thread KM through, but it's too far. Smithy picks it up. Ball out to Mike. Mike is cut inside, but it's been dispossessed by Zedham. Zedham to Arshavin. Zedham, who's at right back, by the way, seems to be all over the place. He stayed up. Chupo goes for a ball in. Arshavin did get on the end of it, but it was blocked by the Zero players. Salix goes out to Panther. Panther against Seabot. Again, here's this battle. Who's going to win this time? Panther just gets past. Mike's got all the goals to aim at and he scores. Equaliser. Great ball by Panther, indeed. This time, Panther won the battle against Seabot. He wasn't quite past him, but he had the vision to see Mike in space, and Mike had the whole goal to aim at, and he'll be pleased with that. He'll be very pleased with that goal because he's put his team back in this game. Zero are not out of it yet. It's 2-2. We're just coming up to the 59th minute. NG will now have to come back if they want to win this game. No, you just get a feeling this game is not going to end in a draw. That's what I feel anyway. I just feel like there's another goal in this. Somebody is going to be the hero today. But who's it going to be? And for which team? Lux has it for NG. Hiei with the header, but Seabot is there to pick up the ball to Panther. Seabot now is taking his team up the field. He's done well to find Arshavin. Arshavin versus DBD. That's an easy contest. Arshavin to Chupo to see. Oh, Seabot was onside. I did see the man keeping him on. Arshavin with the shot, and it's a goal. NG 3-2 up. What a game this has been. Again, this is what this season's been all about. End-to-end games, goals for either side. Who knows who's going to win this? I still don't think that's the winner. I just feel like it's too early for that to be the winner. Arshavin, after his return to NG, showing what they've been missing for a long time. Somebody who can put the ball in the net. Sometimes you just need to go direct. It doesn't have to be all about this fancy passing round. Just get somebody with the talent like that on the end of balls and they'll score. Lux has played Chupo. Chupo now. NG, once again, they're ahead. Will they just try and control the game? Do they want to kill this off? You feel they want to kill it off as Seabot from centre-back. He comes up. Play KM, but it's a good tackle by DBD. Matt must be getting sick of covering Seabot because Seabot hasn't been in his position for like 30 minutes. Mike now goes for the similar, like a KM cross. But nobody was quite there to get that. Chupo now does the smart thing, goes back to Alaba. Seabot plays it to Zedham. Zedham infield to Chupo. Chupo plays to Matt. Matt now, will he go down the wing? Will he cut in? He's done it. He tried to just do a cute little ball through to Chupo, but Salix read it. But at the moment, NG are picking up the loose balls. That's a good ball by KM to Arshavin. Arshavin goes with Chupo. The surprise shot again. We've seen this happen a couple of times in the game. It's caught fate out. Chupo, I think when he hit that, I didn't think he thought he was going to score. Shots like that shouldn't be going in. Let's be honest. Arshavin, very involved in this game. 2 goals, 1 assist. It's that middle meta coming back to strike again. Chupo has put NG 4-2 ahead. And how they will be loving this. But 0. Still time. But it's starting to get a bit desperate for them now. Can they get back in this? Hie plays DBD. NG putting that pressure on. That's what you want to see your attackers doing when you're ahead. Helping your defenders out. Keeping the ball out your own half. Arshavin now. He's got Hie to beat. Almost beat him. Hie has won the battle this time. He's played Kin. Kin's cut inside. Good ball out to DBD, who's got a lot of space. What will he do with it? Turns one way, turns the other, and he's lost out to Chupo. He's took the foul. Somehow DBD doesn't have a yellow card. I'm sure he slid earlier before. Maybe I'm imagining that. Zedham to Chupo with the free kick. Chupo. He's content to just keep hold of the ball. But he's lost it. DBD's done well to win it back off. And Panther, will he get there? No, almost. Seabot was there to win it. Now Seabot once again brings it up the field. Zedham turns one way, then the other, and plays it back to Matt. Matt goes long. He's played a great ball out to Arshavin. Again, Arshavin's only got the keeper to beat with this shot. He goes for it, but this time, fate read it. 5-2 would have been game over. Panther now tries to get past Seabot. Seabot done well on Panther there. Chupo, you love to see it. Just played it, cleared it off Salix in the middle of the park. It's a league game. Who the fuck cares? Kinchenko to Panther. Panther. Good woof from Seabot. J to DBD. DBD with a lot of space. Goes for a long ball into the box. That will be a corner. 0, you feel, need to score now. Mike to take. Seabot there, though, to read the near post corner from Mike. 0 with the ball. Kinchenko trying to beat Alaba. He has beat them. A bit lucky, but he's done it through. Zedem was there to head her out. Arshavin has a look around to see who's around him. Good ball to Matt. Matt's got time. He's got space. He's played KM. KM again on Jay. He's gone a sweeping ball in. Nobody was on the end of that one. Just coming up to 82 minutes. It's still NG 4-2 against 0. Will there be another goal in this? Or was that goal that you saw from Chupo the winner? Zedem's there, but he's offside. Very interesting to see the defenders from NG almost playing as attackers. Like, it sounds like suicide, but they make it work. It's ridiculous. Zedem and Seabot, I think, have spent more time in zeros half than their own. Lux has it. Seabot is there. Seabot plays KM to Matt, to KM. This is good stuff. Will he go for the early cross? No, he's played it back to Matt, who's played it back to Arshavin, to Chupo, and it's a goal. It's brilliant stuff. NG 5-2 up against 0. They will be loving this. Past competitions have been, they've been all 0 against NG. But today, NG have come back with a vengeance. Like that terrible sequel film that always seems to come out. And it's Chupo. He's got the 2 goals there. The assist, I think, came from Arshavin. It's hard to look past Arshavin for man of the match today, you would say, with 2 goals and assists. There's still time for another goal if anybody wants it. Zedem to Chupo. Chupo to Arshavin. And he got a bit excited. Went past the post. 0 now. They're looking for some respect now. Trying to get another goal back. But at the minute, NG have got the ball. It's not what they want. Chupo with the ball in. KM with the header. What's happening? What is happening? KM with the 6th goal for NG. Chupo with the assist. NG's attack have had a field day here in this second half. Zero, you felt like they kind of said, well, let's go for it. But it's cost them here. If you give space and time to NG, to the players that they have on the field for this game, it's not going to go well for you. 0 now, looking for a consolation, looking for some respect. Will they get one back? Hie just has a straight run up the field. He's got tackled by 3, and then he's lunged out. He's got a yellow card for his troubles. Zedem to take the free kick. NG can take all the time they want with this. Seabot to Zedem, to Chupo. 1 minute of stoppage time to be played before full time. Chupo to Alaba. He's cut inside. Alaba now. He wants to get himself on the sheet today. He's played Arshavin, but this time Smithy saves his team's blushes. And that's full time. Well, nobody really would have said before the game an NG 6-2 win. And if you did, you're lying. Or if you say you did. Because them games tend to only have a few goals in them. Somebody usually wins by 1 or maybe 2 at the most goals. But today, NG, in that second half, just came alive. 6-2 winners. The first half, it was even. Like, yeah, there was a quick goal for NG before the half time, but I still didn't think 0 were out of it. But, wow. What a game. Again, it's a testament to the way the league has gone. Nobody really knows who's going to win most of the games that get played. Or by how many goals. But if you're still with us, we can try get some interviews in. I believe Matt is going to come in for NG. So let's see what Matt's got to say about the game. You know what? I really should take a screenshot of the stats. That's something I'm going to learn at the end of the match, because every time it comes to interviews, I always forget who all the scorers are and who assisted. I forgot to have a look at who had the most interceptions. I'm sorry if you've been sending questions, by the way. I did say to Gus, can you send them through to me? But I always, that question get asked every time. Who's the best goalkeeper? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but everybody knows it was Kaya, and he should come back. He needs to come back. That's all I'm going to say. Even just for comedic purposes. How was the shortest person in the game scored a header? Well, do you know what? Do you know what it was when he scored that header? I seen one of the other NG players lift him up by his legs. And it's not illegal to do that, by the way. That's actually, you can actually do that. You can actually do that. I'd love to see someone do that one time in a real match. Lift someone up by the legs to score a header. Oh yeah, hang on. I need to drag Matt in. He's been waiting there. Hello, Matt. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me, Matt. Of course.
Settings are gone, boys. Chill.
What was that? Rip interview. Where's he actually gone? Yeah, I think what actually happened is he fell off the chair, and now he can't get back on the chair. So even though he's shouting into the microphone, you can't hear him. Sounds like Joe Pasquale. Hello.
All right, there we go. Fixed it. What up?
Great. No, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
Wow, you must be happy with that, because, like I said, and on stream, you know, it's not been the best of times against Zero in recent competitions for NG, but today you've run out 6-2 winners. What are your general thoughts after that game?
All right, so before the game, I was worried because honestly, I don't know the stats, but in my head, I feel like we lost to them 6-7 times in a row, all the time in the competitions. But then, like, we can beat them in normal, like, friendlies and shit. But yeah, so it wasn't the best. We decided to play a little bit different this time, and I feel like it worked. I think their keeper had a little bit of a mare this game. Like, a lot of middle shots went in.
Yeah.
But he did some good saves too, so I guess give him both ways. But afterwards, it felt really good. Was really happy with not just winning, but scoring 6 goals against a team that we have struggled against notoriously. So it was good. Good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it is always good when because there's always a team that is basically like your bogey team. Like, no matter what you do when it comes to competitions, you just can't beat them.
Yep.
And like, to break that duck and like get a result like that, it wasn't just like you won 2-1. It was like 6-2. Let's big it up, Matt. Come on, let's big it up more.
I mean, yeah, it felt good. Yeah, it did. And I mean, it started off really bad with them scoring 1 goal. So it was like, oh yeah, here we go again. And like, let's be honest, it was a little bit of a mistake from Lux. And that's like the story of our games against Zero. It's always like it starts from the beginning of the day. We don't get any friendlies in. Like, everyone's inactive. We don't get to warm up. Then we go phase 0 in a cup game or a league game.
Yeah.
And we're just like trying to warm up as we're playing. we always do like mistakes here and there, and they're so good at just scoring. Just one mistake, uh, give them an inch, and they insta score on it. And
Yeah.
you saw it just like the Panther just spins and shoots, and it goes in. And it's like, okay, here we go again. This is gonna be a
Yeah.
long game, but I mean, we came back. It was strong. It was good. We're patient.
So with that win, of course, that takes you to the top of the table going into the break. That's always good because it
Hog.
means the rest of the teams are all looking above. What I mean, going back to the game, what did you think today of Arshavin's performance? Because personally, I thought he was man of the match for NextGen. Would you agree with that, or was there somebody who was a bit the unsung hero today?
Uh, I mean, offensively, I agree. I think Ashong was there to score the goals. I thought we were playing well together. I think Chupo was doing a lot of defensive work, and gotta give him some credit. Even though he doesn't show on stats, he was helping a lot, covering spaces. Alaba was pretty consistent. Seaboth for playing just like 3 games since his 2 weeks vacation. He did pretty well.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone did well considering the circumstances. And yeah, Arshavin scored the goals, I guess, and that's great. I mean, I guess we've needed some play like that for a while. If Chupa isn't on the offensive end, having someone like Arshavin to score the goals is great.
Well, I mean, for a couple of the goals, it was really like I'd gone in a time machine back like 3 years or so, or 2 years, when you'd see NG passing it round outside the box and you couldn't get near them. And then there'd always be a goal at the end of it. And it was like, what could I have done to stop that? And there was a couple of goals like that today, which must be nice to see because I'm sure you'd be the first to admit, people have been wondering a bit about NG lately, about what's the future, where does it go, can they get back the dominance that they used to have? And there was a little flash of that today that you saw in a couple of the goals where it was like that's the NG that I remember. So that must
That's
have been
great to
good.
hear. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if we couldn't see. I guess we just focused on playing, but yeah, that's great to hear. I don't feel like we're close, but there was it's like you said, there was a few attacks where we just had some combinations going, and that was great. Yeah, agreed.
So I guess I'll close with one final question. I think I've asked you the man of the match one, so I'll just ask you something about like the league, I guess. Any more? We'd hear. Okay, I'm gonna go a bit gossipy here, but I'd heard rumours that there was going to be a bit of a shake-up of the NG side. I don't know whether you can shed any light on that, or was that just you were maybe just removing a little bit of the players who you didn't.
I mean, we let go of Latota,
Yeah.
which is publicly known. I think that's about it. I don't think we have any plans of anyone leaving. There is maybe one player who could go on loan, but it really depends on him and if he wants to leave. But we're fine having him. I'm not gonna mention any names of kids.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, there's no big change up.
I feel like
And no,
Jim White on transfer deadline day. It's like I'm curious now, but no, I won't push you.
I'm
I
joining
won't
zero.
push you. Don't worry. But I know you've always wanted to come back home to Phoenix, man. It's come on, it's VCRS.
That's
That's what
true.
it
True.
is.
When when
Um,
when you offered me this the salary, a huge salary, and I just last few years before I retire, I mean, I'll come
who can
back home.
argue? I know.
Yeah.
I know. All right, then I'll let you go, Matt.
All
Thank you
right.
for joining me,
Cheers.
and congratulations today on a
Thank
great
you.
win.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So that was Matt. Sure his comments were interesting on the game. Potentially try and get someone from zero. Because I'd be interested to see what they thought about what happened in that game, really. I know Kin might come in. I've seen a little bit of the popcorn in the Twitch chat, by the way. Yeah, Kin freestyle. I seen another a question further up, by the way. Where was it? Someone suggested, oh, I think it was Rhino. He said, shave your afro into a bowl shape and kick the ball into it and run into the net. Yeah. I mean, it'd have to be like a reverse bowl, though, wouldn't it? Like, the bowl would have to be like upside down so that you could carry the ball. So maybe it's better just getting like an egg in the nest, like a monk haircut, and like just putting the ball in like the hair and then like running with it. Yeah, I'm thinking about this too much, aren't I? DBD is going to come in for 0. So I think he might be in cooldown. We'll drag him in. Hello.
How are we?
Hi, DBD. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, well, I think it was a game of two halves, really, wasn't it? I mean, 0 started well. Yeah, well, I'd like, everyone would love to be a fly on the wall there and 0 private, but yeah, I mean, what happened that second half? Let's be honest. Let's just cut to the chase. What
I
happened?
don't think it was the second half. I think our first goal was just Panther. That's a surprise shot. Like, for some reason, we're not. Like, I'm not going to hang anybody up to try. I think we're all poor, I guess. But like the old 0 teams, if you had Nuri or Atox, we were missing a lot of players. They put so much pressure on the NG Def. So Cbot, if you watch that game, right, just had so much room.
Yeah.
And he was even like, we were talking to him, myself and Jay, like after the game, and Cbot's like, he couldn't believe how much room he had. You couldn't believe it. He said he's never got that much space in his life versus 0. And I think they probably wanted it more. I don't know, it kind of felt like they pressured our defense. They just had all the time in the world. Now look, maybe there are a few goalkeeper mistakes, but I suppose they'll be talked about later. But it was pretty shit, to be honest. I'm
summed up well, I guess.
I'm super tilted because that's the first game I've ever lost at 0 in the league or cup. And what a bad way to lose. I would have been fine if we lost 3-2.
Yeah.
Good game. It was a good game up to halftime, but then after that, it was. I don't know. It's just felt like half of them didn't want it. NG were running over us towards the end, and I couldn't believe it. Like they had 4, 5, 6, and they're. I know you probably saw it, and you saw Alaba going up in the wing, and. But look.
Yeah. I think I mentioned one point that their defense was almost like their attack. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, Cbot, Zedham, and Alaba were almost like their attackers. And I was like, and Chupo was coming so deep and Matt for the ball, and they were just like getting up the field. And I was like, what's going on here? What game plan's this? But it seemed to work. Like it was crazy.
Like that's how they play anyway. But you have to pressure them. We just didn't pressure at all, whatsoever. Like usually our wingers should be fighting for a centre forward, and everybody should be fighting for a ball everywhere on the pitch. So you shouldn't be giving people these 2 touches, getting a chance to look up.
Yeah.
Like that's not how you play versus them. If you give them time, they're just going to ping a ball, which they did to Arshavin in the first half.
Yeah.
And then they started doing the second half. They were flinging balls everywhere because, as Cbot said, he couldn't believe the time he had. Like he was counting. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Look, I'd say there were a load of harsh words gone in the locker room. I suppose that's what you call it. But that was very, very bad. I mean, like we don't like after that we don't deserve to win the league whatsoever. Like,
Well, that's very strong assessment of the game.
But it's true because if you can't beat NG or you don't understand how to play against them, you're not going to win the league.
Yeah.
And if we play like that, like our last game against Revo was pretty awful as well. Like we're not that great at the moment, which is kind of worrying. It might be down to like losing Nuri or Atox or some players, but that shouldn't. Like the core of the team is still there, still lost. So it's I don't know. I wouldn't see us winning the league after that. That was shocking. Like,
Okay.
other than that, I did Ole, said him.
Well, you got to take the positives where you can get them, I suppose.
Positives. I suppose we did alright in the first half. We defended well in the first half.
Well, yeah, like when you took the lead, I was like, okay, here we go again. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, here we go again, 0. NG going to choke against 0. And then I don't know. I think maybe if you'd have kept it 1-0 for a bit longer than you did, maybe NG would have panicked a bit. But when they got a quick one back, they were back in the game. Then
I think the Arsenal one was my fault. I did call it on the mic, but it was just too late of a call. He already swapped with Chupo. But like that's what they can do, like But I don't know. Even when we were 2-2, I was in my head. I'm like, I am not confident we're going to win this at all. Just the way that you can always tell, like when you start to play, like how it's going after like 20 minutes. Like you can feel like, are we in this game properly? I didn't feel like we were comfortable passing. We were comfortable when we had the ball. When I had the ball, and honestly, like if I looked up, I can't see anything. I couldn't see a thing. So the only place I could go was back to Shea, maybe back to the goalkeeper or to Salix. But they defended perfectly, I think. That wasn't their strongest team by far. Probably wasn't ours, but we shouldn't be getting smacked 6-2. That's kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
I've had a couple of anonymous questions come through. So I don't know whether they're directed directly at you. I think it's more like, I think one of them is and one of them isn't. So
if it's about how I play, like I played pretty shit, I think. But you can only play with what's really happening around you, like
Yeah.
Shoot, so on.
The first question somebody asked was how come Rhino didn't play today?
Wasn't available.
Yeah. Right.
He was
simple as that, was it?
He was looked. I think we were looking at the play him on a wing. But yeah, he wasn't available. It would have been nice to have him actually, to be honest. Yeah.
And the second one, I think it's more of a statement more than a question, but somebody has put Revo drew against 0 and also beat NG. Does that mean that Revo is better than NG and 0?
No. No, absolutely not. I think those games actually, I think Revo came across NG at a really bad time, and I think whatever happened with NG, they're obviously back to their good old selves. They caught us at a bad time, and we thought that 1-1, like we were super pissed off after that. We were going to bounce back against NG. I think Revo. I think their next game is the big game, the Chefs and Phoenix games for them. But if they beat Phoenix, and they have a chance as well, like I think everybody has a chance at this stage. The league is so open now.
It's turning out to be like that. Like, I think the quality of the players is going out the window a little bit, and it's more just how you play for that particular match. If you have a bad game, it could cost your team the whole match. Whereas the better teams used to be able to get away with like a couple of the players being bad, because the rest of them would still be good, if that makes sense. But now I think you can't afford that. I think if your team turns up on the day and everybody's up for it, and it can happen in this top like 4 or 5 teams.
I don't think the quality of players has dropped. I think it's actually kind of risen a bit. Also, players who left, like top class players. Let's say KM doesn't play as much as anymore. Termi, Atox, Alaba even. Like, but if they did start playing again, you would see a big gulf. But I think a lot of other players have gotten better. I think a lot of teams have got. I think NT have gotten way better if you watch them. So
yeah,
I think what Tet told me at the start of the season, he created Revo to close the gap. No, he's not wrong, to be honest. They have kind of like the field is kind of way more level. But to be honest, I put NG as favourites now, win the league. Absolutely, they'd have to win the league after that.
You've got to say, if they turn up playing like that, that second half in particular, I suppose, like in most games.
I think it was more of a capitulation by us more than them. I think if we're both playing at the same level, it's just a stalemate. But like the way we fucking played was just like if we played like that against, no offense, like chefs, we might get away with it. But if you play like that against NG, like you're just asking to be smacked, and that's what happened.
Yeah. So I guess it's not really a final question, but just to pick up on like the general way the season's gone. If you open the spreadsheet for the league, I mean, when was the last time you saw 3 points between first and fourth in an iOS league? Like, it's crazy, isn't it?
Like, and like we're halfway through the season as well, like, which is kind of crazy.
There's still plenty of games to play, twists and turns to come. Like, wow.
Even since,
so that's why. I mean, I know you've. This is obviously a difficult one to take, and you've
I guess
it's not over.
It's,
like, it's not over for Zero by a long shot. Like,
I think it is. To be honest, I think the way we've been playing lately is just, even in scrims and friendlies, it's not good enough whatsoever. And the way that, like, we've won every competition in the last few tournaments. We have high standards, and we're not meeting
I
those
suppose
high
you would,
standards.
yeah.
And it's like, even drawing, it's like that's not good enough for us. We have to win, and if we don't win, that's failure for us, really. I think there's going to be a lot of looking in the mirror in the next few days. A lot of like, maybe tomorrow anyone who wants to get anything off their chest, say it, and then have that day, have a bitch day. Next day, move on. And I think that's just the best way to go forward, I guess.
Okay.
Your point about the league, right? Like everything being close. I don't remember that. Like even when I started in Beta 4, it's always been 2 teams at the top and maybe like a third. But like now you could probably count 4 teams, maybe 5 in this. Maybe everybody, to be honest. But,
well, I know there's still another half to go.
I'm only here for 2 more games, so it's sad time for me.
Is that going to be?
I'm here for the the cup game in NG and the game versus Revo.
Okay, so you've got a chance for some quick revenge, I suppose, against NG in the cup. It's one way to look at it.
If we put a rabbit out of the hat in the next week or 2, I think this break is probably great for us. But we need to like put a rabbit out of the hat or some fucking magic trick to fix whatever's going on with us. Because this, like, that's not our standard. And it isn't, like. But not going to put blame on anybody. I think you have to take it as a collective.
Of course, yeah.
And then just move on, and
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for coming in, DBD, for joining me, because it's I know it. Obviously, it's always shit when you have to go in and do an interview when you get beat. I hate it myself, and like it's you know,
I've
you've
been
been
for,
brave to come in and speak to us. So
I've been used to it for half my time in iOS. I live on ISS for years.
yeah, oh yeah, of course, yeah, the glory days. So yeah, I'll let you go then, and you know, good luck for the next game, and hope to see Zero bounce back.
All right, see you later.
See you later.
All right.
So that was DBD. Very, very honest assessment of his team's chances for the rest of the season, and in that game in particular. But you know that it's not over for Zero. He might be saying he thinks it's over, but I wouldn't say anything about this league at the moment, the way it's going. But on that note, thank you for joining me. It was a good game to watch, as always, and I'm sure I'll see you and commentate very soon again. So take care, everybody.